Hey everybody, good afternoon, and welcome to your musical hug from me to you, which actually brings us to our subject today. We're going to celebrate the priceless gift of friendship. And it is priceless because it is what helps us get through especially trying times like this. Some people have a lot of friends, but I'll tell you, if you just have one friend, you are rich. And don't worry, you do have one friend. That's why I'm here today. So today I thought we would celebrate friendship by singing some songs about it. And we're going to do 4 songs. If you don't want to stay till the end, don't worry, I won't be offended. These songs, hopefully, if you know the words, please sing along with me. And if you don't, I hope you enjoy the words anyway. And don't feel bad. You won't be the only one who doesn't know the words. That's why I have notes on either side of me. So, see, I don't know them either all. But they're good songs, I believe. That's why I chose them. And if you see my eyes darting back and forth, you'll know what I'm looking at. Well, I hope you like these songs. And like I said, if you can, sing along with me over there so you can share in the fun. And you can always go da 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 la 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 if you don't know the words but want to sing anyway. I'm hoping to do more sing-alongs as we go through our afternoons together. Okay. And I don't even have my first song in front of me. Still there? I hope so. Okay, this first song came out in 1976, and it's called You're My Best Friend. Ooh, you make me live whatever this world can give to me. Ooh, you're all I see. Ooh, you make me live now, honey. Ooh, you make me live. Oh, you're the best friend that I ever had. I've been with you such a long time. You're my sunshine, and I want you to know my true feelings are true. I really love you. You're my best friend. Ooh, you make me live whenever this world is cruel to me. I got you to help me forgive. Things turn out bad, you know I'll never be lonely. You're my only one, and I love the things, I really love the things that you do. You're my best friend. Ooh, you make me live whenever this world is cruel to me. I got you to help me forgive. You're the best friend I ever had. I've been with you such a long time. You're my sunshine, and I want you to know you're my best friend. Could you tell I couldn't find which words were next? So you keep going when you get in these situations like you've planned these things on purpose. Now this next song is a little different. It's by Michael Jackson, and it's about one of his friends who was named Ben. And if you don't know who Ben was, he was a rat. I guess it was from a movie or something. Which brings us to another wonderful blessing, that even if you don't have any people friends around you, you might have an animal. And They have been given personalities, remember, as we're always talking about, there's someone above who really loves you, and he's created these cute, furry little things that have the capacity to be a friend. So let's sing this song for all our animal friends called Ben. Ben, the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for. With a friend to call my own, I'll never be alone. You, my friend, will see you got a friend in me. Ben, you're always running here and there. You think you're not wanted anywhere. If you ever look behind and don't like what you find, there's something you should know. You got a place to go. I used to say I and me, but now it's us, now it's we. Ben, most people would turn you away. I don't listen to a word they say. They don't see you as I do. I wish they would try to. I'm sure they'd think again if they had a friend like Ben. Like Ben. Like Ben. So, hooray for dogs, cats, and even rats. Okay, next song that I've chosen for you. Most of you will have no excuse not to sing it with me because it's been around for a long time, and it is a classic written by Carole King. And actually, I believe, yes, I have researched this. My page is falling. It was written for one of her good friends, Mr. James Taylor. Are you ready? When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand, and nothing, whoa, nothing is going right. Well, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again, at least through my cell phone. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking upon your door. Will you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running can. Oh, winter, spring, summer, fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. Hey, ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can seem so cold? Well, they'll hurt you and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running, running to see you again. Ooh, oh, winter, spring, summer, fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. Ooh, you got a friend. Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Now, let's be honest. I can't be there all the time when you need me or want me. But there is a friend, the Bible says, that sticks closer than a brother. And isn't that great? Even if there's no people around, not even a squirrel, as far as animals go, there is a friend that though you can't see him, doesn't mean he can't comfort your heart. Doesn't mean that he didn't give all he's got for you. You know, people look at God and they say, oh yeah, where is he? Or how could he cause this? How could he be loving if he caused this? Well, I want you to remember, God gave more than making us comfortable down here. He came down to earth with skin on. Why? So we could really relate to him as a friend and not just an invisible being. And while he was here, he gave everything that a friend could give. Plus, he, first of all, gave away his majesty, his having a fabulous place with everything perfect and all these angels to do whatever he wanted them to do. But he left all that glamour and ritz to come down to earth. And he didn't even come down as a king. He came down as a poor little baby. Why baby? Because, you know, nobody gets intimidated by a baby, right? And this God, who I keep telling you about, he loves us so much. And he is the definition of love, to the point where he doesn't want to scare us or intimidate us. He wants us to feel comfortable with him, just like babies do. All they want is to be loved. All they need is to be loved. And he didn't just come down as a rich baby, right? He came down as the poorest of the poor babies. Not even in a tenement. He was born in a stable. And his first bed wasn't a cradle. It was a trough covered with cow and sheep and probably horse saliva. Mary had to probably take her little long veil and spit on it. Well, I don't know. She probably did spit on it. I might have. But anyway, and she I'm sure, wanted to clean that trough, and they looked for the cleanest hay they could find, and they put it all in there so that God could be born. Could be born not as the best of us, but as the least of us. Because he wanted to be able to relate to us, and he wanted us to be able to relate to him. So that's one thing. He left all his majesty to come and be the poorest of the poor, so we would not be intimidated by him. And then, as a human being, he gave all he had by giving his life. Why? Because he knew, before any of us knew, that if we didn't make things right between us and God, which we separated ourselves when we decided to go our own way, right? You go your own way, you don't necessarily get closer, right? You get farther apart. And yet, that's how much he loved us. Remember, we talked about how we're his masterpieces? He loved us enough to say, man, you guys have maybe gone your own way, but you know what? That didn't stop me from loving you. And I want to make sure that if you ever want to come back to me, there is a way. You don't have to pay the penalty for any of my commands that you might have rejected, whatever. Or shall we say, well, you know, we've all broken laws. God had some laws, we all broke them. It doesn't matter. And when you break a law, if you're down here on earth, right, you have to pay usually a fine. Right? If you got a good judge and you care if you're the one in the right, he gives a fair judgment. He doesn't let those who've broken the law go off free. So, God being the fairest of the judges, right? You want a fair people judge? How much more a fair God judge? He knew that the fine had to be paid for the laws we broke. And he knew he didn't want us to pay that fine, because that was a horrible fine to pay. What was that fine? It would be eternal separation from the one who created us, who loved us, who created the daffodils for us, right? And the kittens and puppies and rainbows. And so he wanted to make a way that if we wanted to come back, we could. But the price would have to still be paid. So he said, I'll pay it myself. And what is the price of breaking God's laws? Remember, we said eternal separation, and the Lord didn't want that. So he gave his life, and not only did he give his life, you know, when you leave this earthly shell, yeah, it's just a shell, like you're the hamburger and you got a wrapper around you. Well, what you're wearing right now, the skin is just the wrapper. Gets thrown away sooner or later. You are the hamburger. And you don't want to throw away the hamburger if it's a good hamburger. So anyway, once he took the wrapper off, when he died on that cross, that hamburger, for lack of a better word, the soul, his soul went down to where God is not is. You've heard of the place, they call it hell. And many people have joked about it, saying down here is hell, etc., or it doesn't exist. Well, that's up to you to decide yourself if you believe or not. I'm not taking any chances, in case it is true. But anyway, that was the price of breaking God's laws, eternal separation, and there is no other eternal separation from God except in this place called hell. So he went down there. Yeah, it says that in the Bible. Jesus went down to hell, but he didn't stay there. The Bible says he stole the keys of hell, and then on Easter morning, he rose again to prove what? That he was God. Because if your average person, as you know, does not rise again. And with those keys of hell, that meant no one, no matter what you've done, would ever have to be locked up there. The price was paid for all of us. Yes, if you're ever afraid where you're going when you leave this wrapper, because you knew you weren't perfect and you're afraid what your judgment would be, it's already been paid for. 2,000 years ago, any wrongs you've done, they've been already paid for. It is a gift. But God gave us free will because does someone really, he wanted to be loved. Does someone really want to be loved by someone that they make love them? That they force to love them? No, because that's not real love. And that is why God gave us free will. And that's why you've got, well, first of all, us who have done our own wrongs. But second of all, you've got the real, what we call the real evil people. They've been given free will too. But with that free will, though they have the choice to do evil, though we have the choice to do what we want, we also have the choice to say, hey, God, we want to be with you. We want to live for eternity, our souls, after we lose this wrapper. We want to live with the one who made us rainbows to bless our eyes, who made us roses with a heavenly smell in them, who made us the stars above to twinkle at night, who made us zebras and all kind of other animals that are just pieces of living, walking artwork, etc. Pearls and oysters. You see these things. They were made, again, for us out of love. And so my whole point is that though he went back up and you can't see his body anymore, he said that I will never leave you or forsake you, and I will send you a comforter. Remember? Friend? Comforter? And that comforter is his spirit. And that comforter is there to remind you, hey, you are so loved that I took care of the ultimate. I paid the price so that you could be with me forever and never have to worry about going to that scary place where you can't see the pretty things that I've made for you. So that's it. You've got a friend. And that friend doesn't need to be seen. Because you can't see a spirit. And if Jesus was going to live in you, he would probably be taller than you and couldn't fit in you. So it had to be his spirit. So before I keep talking your ears off, I'm going to finish with a Walt Disney song. I meant to close this a lot faster. But I want you to think about when you hear these friendship songs that you've got a friend who maybe you can't see when I can't be there, or a human can't be there, an animal can't be there. You still have a friend who loves you to give all he has just for you. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. got troubles, well, I got 'em too. There isn't a thing I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we'll see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks may be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see, it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. And that one sounds exactly like the friend you have in me. Okay. I won't be talking so much all the time, but it just kind of tumbled out of my mouth today, and I'm hoping if you are my friend, whether you agreed with me or not, liked what I said or not, that you can still love me, because that's what friends do, right? They love each other, and real love isn't real love unless it's unconditional. Hopefully, if you didn't care for today's time with me, tomorrow will be another day, and hopefully you will like it better. That's it. Bye. Have a good rest of the afternoon. And just to let you know, though, I guess this is a perfect lead-in for Easter, towards the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am going to do some Easter songs. Okay? Thanks. Bye.